Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as promised on my last video, I mentioned that I did have some dirty brushes that I was looking to clean, and I'm going to show you guys how I clean all my brushes. These are the ones that are currently dirty. I have a lot more, but right now we're just going to focus on this small amount here. And I'm also going to show you guys how to clean your beauty sponges as well. So first thing you want to do is, if you have any sort of mat like this is to clean your brushes. You can find these at pretty much anywhere. I know I got this as a gift, but you can also find these at even like Ross and Marshalls. They have them there. But the thing about this one is that you can actually press it against your sink, so it sticks on there and it just makes it easier when you're cleaning your brushes. So you want to start off by using some sort of soap. I'm using Dawn dishwashing soap, and I'm just going to use a couple of cups here as well, and they could be plastic or ones that you don't use. Now this is the CinemaSecret Pro Cosmetic Quick Drying Brush Cleaner. This is my absolute favorite for cleaning brushes. Now it is a little on the pricey side. It is $36, so just be aware. Now for the beauty sponge, in order to clean those, I just use some bar soaps. There's a regular bar soap, and then there's a solid beauty blender. I personally just like to use the bar soap just because it's cheaper and it works just as well. And you also want to have some paper towels ready as well, so you can brush off the mess on there. Now what we're going to start off by doing is, I'm just going to grab one of these plastic cups, and I'm going to just use a little bit of soap, so just not too much there, and I think I did pour a little bit too much there, but you might want to have just a little bit less than this. But what you're going to do is run it under water, and you're just going to stir it up a little bit so it gets nice and foamy like so. So you just want to have a small amount on there. The reason for it is because once you actually start putting in the brushes, it's going to start to flow and it'll start to raise up. So you just want to have a little bit in there, because again, once you start putting more brushes in there, the water's going to go up anyway. So you just don't want to mess with the glue that's around the edges of the brushes. So trying to avoid that section will really help your brushes just last longer. So just be very careful. Now what you're going to be doing is putting all the brushes into your cup there. Now mainly putting all the brushes that are more fluffier, that have less product in here, just because that seems to really work well with the dish soap. For the other products that have any type of contour or any type of cream products like concealer, you want to use something that's a little bit stronger. That's where the CinemaSecrets come in. So now you just want to let this sit. I'm going to let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. I wouldn't leave it longer than 20 minutes, just because then the water will actually go to the glue. So max 20 minutes. Now for the CinemaSecrets, I'm just going to be pouring a small amount into the other cup. And with this, that is where I'm going to go in with the brushes that have a lot more product in it, because this is magic. This will really get all the stuff cream off of there. So example, these are the foundation brush and my concealer brush that I use. So as you can see, they're super dirty. So what I do is I just tap it in there, and I use a paper towel and I just wipe it off. So as you can see, it gets rid of all the junk that's there. Now because I do have a lot of product on these brushes, I will have to dip again, probably maybe 2 or 3 times depending on how much product is on the brush. And again, the CinemaSecrets works really well. You just have to keep going until you see that it's pretty much clean. So for this one, as you can see, it is pretty clean. Now this next one is a foundation brush, and boy is this one dirty. As you can see, there is a lot of product here. Obviously you guys see me use it in every single video. I use this to apply the foundation and then put it on my face. So that's why this this brush has a lot of product, and it's gonna take a bit for all of this to come off. So as you can see, I'm just going back and forth trying to clean it off and dipping it back into the CinemaSecrets to get a clean. Now I'm bringing in another brush. As you can see, it's sturdy, so I just dip it in there and I start to just wipe it off. Also, if you have like a smaller brush, such as like an eyeshadow brush, you can just dip that directly into the CinemaSecrets. You don't have to have the cup like this. I use the cup just because it's wider, so I could stick the bigger brushes in there and it makes it easier for me to clean. So as you can see, this one is clean. So I'm just going to set this aside and I'm going to bring in the next brush. And this next brush is a smaller brush. It's an eyeshadow brush. So I'm just going to stick it in there and clean that as well. So one of the things I recommend when you guys are cleaning your brushes is you can go in circular motions or going back and forth, but just use a light hand. Try not to press on it hard, because once you start to press on it, then it's going to just mess up all your bristles. So just try to avoid that. I learned that the hard way because some of my brushes are all messed up because I just was pushing them so hard that they just totally messed it up. But as you can see, this one's completely clean. I'll set that one to the side and moving on to the next one. Same thing, same technique. Keep going back and forth until you clean all your brushes. Alrighty, so now it's time for us to take these out. So I'm just going to grab one brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to first just run it under water, just a small amount, and then I'm going to use that mat to actually clean it. So I'll run it under the water and then I will start to move in circular motions around the mat so it can start to take off all of the actual products out of there, and then just rinse off the rest. Then you're going to just clean off the excess water and you're just going to let this dry. But pretty simple. It cleans the brushes pretty well. So I'm just going to repeat that for the rest of the brushes. So for the beauty blender, you are just going to run it underneath the water just a little bit, just to get it nice and wet. Then what you're going to be doing is grabbing the bar soap. So again, I'm just using a very cheap bar soap here. These ones, you can get it anywhere. It doesn't have to be anything special. And pretty much you just run the beauty blender over it, and you can do it underneath the water as well. That helps. And you just run it back and forth and start squeezing out any of the products that is on the beauty sponge. Now, depending on how dirty your beauty blender is, you can continue to do this until you're satisfied with the Beauty Blender how clean it is. I'm just going to do it to the point where it's not as dirty, but it's not perfect, because you're not going to be able to take out every single spot from there, but at least you're going to be able to take a lot of the product off of it. So now my Beauty Blender is clean, and I'm going to also set this aside. So that is it for this video. As you can see, my brushes and beauty sponge are all clean and ready for the next upcoming videos. So if you guys haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to get notification of any upcoming videos. And thank you guys so much for watching again. I'll see you in my next video.